gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Breaking Bells. What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Bells. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru. Today, joined by the icy penguin herself. What's up, Teresa Delgado? How are you?
Hi, how's it going? I'm good.
Very good, very good.
I'm excited.
You're excited? Why are you?
Yeah.
Why would you be excited to come on this rinky-dink garbage podcast?
Because I don't have podcasters in my life, because I am a podcaster, but we don't do anything about Animal Crossing, so it's something completely different, which is awesome.
Yeah, this was I'm gonna say was. We'll get to that at the end of the show. But this was my passion project, my little niche thing, and it is what it is. But enough about me. We're gonna talk about you for a second here. Why don't you do me a favor? Let everybody know who you are and what you do and all that stuff on the internet, and go plug yourself.
Hey guys, so I am Teresa Delgado. Most people on the internet know me related to Star Wars, hence the Darth Maul shirt that I'm wearing right now. Most people also know me as a big Maul fan, so that's why I'm wearing it. And yeah, I do a lot of podcasts. I couldn't even remember all the names of them. I think there's 6, maybe 7. I don't know. And they're all Star Wars related and Disney related and stuff like that. That's the world I'm usually in. And then Animal Crossing New Horizons happens.
And then everything goes away. Everything goes bye-bye.
Yes, basically.
So here's the thing. I want to explain to people how you and I met. Everybody basically knows that I stream on Twitch and I do YouTube videos on YouTube and have multiple podcasts and all that stuff. One night I'm just streaming. And you're like, hey, you should come check out my town. And I was like, yeah, okay, we're going to be honest here. In the back of my head, I'm going, yeah, whatever. I'm just sitting there going like, whatever, man. You get requests all the time to go look at towns and check this out. And I'm just like, no. And I'm looking at the name and I'm like, Ice Cold Penguin. I don't know. Do I trust this person?
That person?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. But you were obviously like someone who had watched me and Pat and stuff. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's do this. Pat does this. I'm going to do this. So I was like, send me a dodo code. I'm going to come over. And then I actually went to your town, and you were actually the second tour that I did, island tour. And then I actually took that video, broke it out, and put it on YouTube. So you guys can go check that out now if you would like to. What was the name of your town again? I forget the name of your town.
Bubble Rock.
That's it, Bubble Rock. And so go if you want to go check that out. The island tour is there of Bubble Rock. But I was blown away by your gym. There was a few things that just had me like, wow, this is amazing. Your paths were cool. I liked the Disney, the hidden Mickeys and stuff. And I'm like, this is so cool. This is so cool. You even have like a lake that's a Disney, or a pond that's a Disney or a Mickey head. And I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. I'm glad I came here and did this. So that's how we met.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so you know the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
I had watched a few of Pat's videos, which you obviously called me out on. However, my baseball field is Animal Crossing size. It is not like full-size regulation baseball field like he used to have. Yeah. But anyway, and then I saw the advertisements for Nook Talk, and so I watched that, and I was honestly blown away by you guys and what y'all were talking about and things that y'all were saying about the Animal Crossing community and stuff like that. So I went to Twitch and I was watching you there and I was like, hey, why not? Come see my island. I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah, you should be. You should be. You know what I mean? Like I was pretty impressed by what I had seen. So I did. I was like, hey, you watch Pat. Like at that point I didn't know you watched Pat. You know, but I was like, when I saw the baseball field and then I saw like all these other little things like the campsite, and I was like, yeah, I can immediately tell who watches Pat when I go in and I see their campsites and like if they have the mini golf stuff or different little things that like stand out to me, and I'm like, Yeah, you watch Pat. But I don't like to tell Pat that because then his head gets blown up. We try to keep him kind of like in check as best we can.
Well, the coconut trees I thought was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used that. And then there's that whole thing about making your entrance, exciting. Well, I can't do that. My plaza is like right there. So I had to figure out a way. And so I made this epic fountain that has a story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But I only took a few things here and there. My campsite, I had been trying to figure out for a while anyway. So it was like, and I didn't even go all out. Like he has this whole area, and I didn't even go that far. Just like a smidge,
just a little bit.
So just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, look, I know from conversations with Pat, ultimately that's what we look for. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to just give people ideas and tips and stuff. And I know him, he's just like, I'm not going to teach you how to do everything. I'm not going to tell you how to do everything. Like, I'm going to show you a little bit. You grab what I'm doing and make it your own. Like, just take this thing and run with it. And that's what I feel like the people that I have, whose towns I have gone to, that basically are influenced by Pat, that's exactly what it is. They're just influenced by Pat. And he would be proud of that. Like, he would be so happy about that. Like, to see, like, I know that he gets really excited, and I feel the same way. Like, when people have used my fountain that I did a time-lapse video of, I freak out when I see it, because I'm like, dude, somebody's actually, like, this stupid idea. And the truth of the matter is, the whole truth behind the fountain was, Pat and I have a friend named Joey Splats. You know Joey from the Discord.
Yes.
And the first night that I got the fountain, I dropped it down in front of Town Hall. And he was like, hey, you're copying my stuff. And I was just like, no, I'm not copying. I'm just setting it there. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to show you I'm not copying. So I created this huge grand entrance thing because I was like, I need to show, so I made this huge grand thing to kind of be like, look, I'm not copying you now. Now I'm not copying you, Joey. Look at this thing. So that was the whole cool thing about it. So, so basically that's where we are. But here's what we're gonna do. Let's back off a little bit from that talk just now. Let's jump into Animal Crossing and you. And I want to know, what is the first Animal Crossing game that you have ever played?
So I don't have a lot of memories of it, but I know that I had it and I know that I played it, which would have been Animal Crossing Population Growing on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had pretty much every single Nintendo system and handheld system because my mom would get us them growing up for Christmas. Like every year a new one would come out. So the funny joke we have on Twitch and stuff like Sega, we never had a Sega because we only had Nintendo systems. And so once I got to a certain age, I started buying them for myself. So when GameCube came out, I bought that for myself. And then I got Animal Crossing and I remember it. And I remember playing it. But I mean, I don't have a lot of memories of it because that was 2001, 2002. So I was a junior, senior in high school. So there was a lot of stuff going on. So I wasn't playing a lot of video games, but I remember playing it. So that was my first one. Would have been that one.
What is your... And I'm not going to let you say New Horizons, but up to New Horizons, what was your favorite Animal Crossing up to that point?
It would have been New Leaf. I had Wild World because I had a DS. But then I know I did not play City Folk because when that came out, it was during college, transitioning into being a professional. And, I probably look like I'm 16, but I'm 35. So that was, it was when that came out, I didn't play that. So probably New Leaf just because it's the one I think I played the most because I played my 3DS a lot.
Yeah.
Until I moved one time, and now I don't know where it is.
That's not good.
I don't know where it is.
What would be your favorite memory of Animal Crossing?
So, it's cheating to say something that's newer, but I think it is the newer stuff just because I bought my Switch. I guess it had been out for, I don't know, maybe like a year or so before I bought it. And then it really brought the Switch back to life for me of stuff to play, because I was playing my Switch a lot, but then, life. And then, of course, everything that's going on. And I was waiting for it. When they announced it, I was waiting for this game for like 6 months, because I'm like, this is my game.
Yeah.
So I would say everything that's kind of come of it, it's given me, like, everything that's happening right now. It's giving me people to talk to, community, people to connect with, something to do, so probably right now. Although New Leaf was really fun. And I did play Pocket Camp a lot with a lot of my friends.
Really?
So we did play Pocket Camp. I still have it on my phone. It alerts me. I don't check it.
It does alert a lot. It does alert a lot. So yeah, the thing. I got one today, and I was just like, listen, I only fired you back up, buddy, just because I wanted that free content for New Horizons.
Yep.
You go back away. Like, stop talking to me. Okay, so I want to back up a little bit. I want to talk about the GameCube version. What did you consider, or what did you think about when you started playing this game? Because it's unlike any other game. Like, there's simulation games out there, but there's no, at this point, in the GameCube version, but there's no simulator games, life simulator games, where you actually have animals and stuff, and you're talking with animals. Like, what was your thoughts back then when you were playing that game?
So, I'm going to back up. Middle school, high school, I played The Sims, like, from the original Sims, and I had every expansion pack. My friends got together over at, one friend's house who had it all, and we played The Sims together. I mean, there was one person controlling it, but we were all in the game. And I've played The Sims ever since, all the way through, even now, through Sims 4. So I've always kind of loved simulation platformer type games.
Yeah.
I don't really play anything else. I've played some MMORPGs, like Star Wars ones, and I've played stuff. But the things that get me in are like farming games.
Yeah.
Farming simulation type stuff. And yes, I played Farmville. Okay. Farmville 3, they keep advertising to me, and it's not available, and I'm mad about it, but whatever.
I think everybody played Farmville. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody at one time played a Farmville.
Yeah. So that's just my style of game. I like that very non-violent, chill, relaxed, and then you give me a game with animals in it. And I love animals.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting next to a bunch of My Little Ponies, so
oh my God.
yeah, so like that was what it is. And then just all of the little things, the fishing, the catching bugs, just all of the really simple, sort of seems like it would be boring, mundane stuff that I thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it just, and the designing part of it, because that's one of the parts I loved about The Sims, is building the house, designing the house, doing all of that. And I'm really sad that I missed Happy Home Designer, because just because that's something that I kind of like, but I don't know where my 3DS is.
Don't be too sad. It was good, but it was like good for about 3 days. Then it was just like, this is very repetitive. This is really, I listen. I really truly believe in my heart that Happy Home Designer was just a beta test that they were going to build into like New Leaf or a new Animal Crossing game, and then they just kind of were like, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Stop, Pat. It wasn't good.
Is he in there?
Yeah, he's talking trash.
There he is.
Yeah. He's not too bright. Anyway, the point is so then you move to Wild World and you start playing Wild World. What were your thoughts on the log effect? Were you okay with that, or what were your thoughts on it?
So, to be honest, I don't really remember too much. So, and I think it's, like I said, it was all during this weird pivotal time. It's like I watch video of the two different ones and I'm like, yeah, I know I played that. I totally played that. And I remember certain aspects of it. But sometimes, when you're growing up, especially when you're growing up during that period of time, like into college and then turning into a professional and having to figure out life and suddenly be an adult, it's just like I remember that, and I remember playing some games, but details. Like I did research today, and I'm like, yeah, I played that. No, it didn't play that one. And I was watching it, and I'm like, okay, what years did these come out? And I was looking, and I was like, that's why you don't remember anything.
Yeah, could be a problem.
Because my college life was very intensive. So, because professionally I work in education, I'm an athletic trainer. It's athletic sports related medicine. So my brain was being crammed with medical knowledge for like 5 years. So it's
that's a bit much. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Real
so
quick.
If you remind me, I can probably tell you.
Okay. So I remember, or real quick, I just want to say this. JoJo, thank you for the $2 and super chat. So listen, this was the thing. So when you went from Animal Crossing population growing on the GameCube, and that was kind of gridded off. Like it felt like Zelda, like the original Zelda or Link to the Past, where you kind of like move back and forth, and the world would kind of scroll section to section. Then you go play Wild World, and it felt like it was on a gigantic rolling log.
Okay, yeah.
But it felt to me anyway. It felt like the log was way too shallow, and like it was like a small log, and it was rolling really fast. So you would like zip around the world real quick, you know.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Because in New Horizons and even in New Leaf, it has a little bit,
but it's not a slow roll. It's not like super fast, you know.
I remember that now.
And that was,
I think it probably made me dizzy, most likely.
To me, it was like, I don't know, man. I wasn't a huge fan of Wild World. If you were to ask me, I would feel like that's the weakest of all of them, just because they did a lot of new iterations to them, but like they took out all the holidays. They like combined a lot of stuff. Like you only had one house, so if you were playing with multiple people, it was like one house. So there was a lot of stuff that wasn't the best in that game. But you didn't play City Folk, which you honestly, you didn't miss much, because City Folk was essentially the same thing as Wild World, except for better graphics and the city, you know. And they moved a lot of the stuff that they combined, because like if you played through on Wild World, the Nook's Cranny becomes like Nook and Go and all that stuff, and then it becomes Nookingtons, and then Gracie and Shampoodle end up in there, where in this game they both get transferred over to the city. So it's a little different.
I like Shampoodle.
She's not. Well, they totally eliminate her by giving us the mirror.
Okay, yes, but I need more hair colors and more hairstyles. So, and I've unlocked them all, but I'm sorry, but I need more, and I need like a dark purple.
There's a lot more they need on a lot of things on that game. We can get into that a little bit. Okay, so listen, I just did a video today, and I was like, hey, wishful thoughts, wishful thinking type things. What are some things that you wish were in this game?
Oh my God. Okay, so the first one I think you know, because we've talked about it, but it's the shopping cart aspect with the Able sisters.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that is annoying. Having to go out, go back in, go out, go back in.
Yeah.
It's and you've nailed it. You've talked about it. Like the shoes. Of course I want every color of the Converse little shoes. Yeah. And I want every color of boots, you know, or some of those pants, like the styles I love, and I want all the colors because I never know. Like maybe I don't want to wear skinny jeans, you know? So you just have to go out and go back in over and over and over and over.
In the beginning, I was essentially like going in like 3-4 times. I would go in, I'd be like, okay, we're going to design one full outfit, and then come back out, and then go back in and go, okay, we're going to design another outfit. And
that's what I was doing.
It was nuts.
Yeah, well, I tried to maximize my time, right? So I'm like, okay, I need a top, pants, socks, shoes, glasses or accessory for my face, because I do wear glasses, and like a hat or something. So I'm getting one from every category every time. So that way I'm not wasting it. Well, then you get to a point where you have a day where your shop doesn't have anything, and you just have like the shirts that you want, and then you have to go out in, out in, out in, out in.
It's a bit much. It's a bit much. It's a bit much.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you would, if we gave you a magic wand?
Definitely batch crafting, which I know a lot of people have said, like with fish bait, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, the stacking of things. Like, I don't understand why all my weeds stack, but then my clams don't. And maybe it's because they're technically a fish bug thing, so they don't stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because then you end up running out of space.
But I want to take stacking another way. And it's one thing that I've actually, in my notes, literally, I have it written, and it says stacked items, right? But I forgot to say it in my video today. So I have, like, notes. Because what I do is I just have, like, bullet points, and then I just run off with the jaws. Like, everybody that knows me knows I like to talk a lot. So I have this ability to, like, I don't need to have a script in front of me. I could just literally...
I don't like that either.
Yeah, I can look at the bullet point and go, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about. Well, the one bullet point I missed was stacked items. And I put stacked items should be universally 99. Like, it should be like Minecraft.
Oh, no, totally.
Because not even that. Like, the weird thing is like, okay, so you have fences, which are 50. And then you have wood, which is 30. And you have clay and iron, it's 30. And then you have weeds, it's 99. It's like, this makes zero sense at all. No rhyme, no reason. Like, let us just stack it to 99.
But fruit is 10.
Yeah, right? It's so weird.
And Nook Mile tickets are 10. What else? There's like, those are your magic numbers. 10, 30, 50, 99.
Yeah. It's
what?
It just doesn't make any sense. There's no rhyme or reason with... And listen, I am very sure that one day they were sitting around the conference table going like, no, this should only be this because of this. And okay, but like, we don't understand that. And it makes no sense to us that's actually playing the game on a daily basis.
So the fruit, maybe it's because you can only eat 10 at a time?
Well, N64 Josh said you can eat 10 turnips at a time, but you can only eat one piece of fruit at a time. It doesn't let you eat all 10. So you eat one at a time.
Well, although I have to say I am thankful for that, because sometimes I've eaten too much fruit and I have to go to the bathroom in my house to get rid of it.
I don't have a toilet in my house, so we just wing it, man. We just roll with the punches, man. I start just finding trees to dig up. I'm just like, okay, come here. You're going to get transplanted today, buddy.
Can I just tell you how amazing it was when I found that out? I was like, oh my God, it flushes.
It's crazy. I mean, the toilet always flushed. In every game, in every iteration, it always flushed. It was kind of funny.
Better.
Yeah, now it's even better.
And I also love how I can take a shower without a shower stall. I can just have the shower that's mounted on the wall and like nothing else gets wet.
Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Also, why can't I ride the teacups? What is that about?
There's a lot. Here's the thing with Animal Crossing that I personally I love is it's grown. Like when you played the GameCube, you really couldn't interact with the items that you had. You would put them in your house, and it was like, there it is, whatever. And then slowly we started to get this interaction where we could do stuff with them. And now that they put them outside, like there's total interaction with them. Like there's so much stuff that we can actually do that's really, really cool. Like I just saw this the other day. I was watching a stream. I forget who I was watching. It was a woman, and she walked up, and she was in somebody's town, and they were like, click the mouth on the T-Rex, and its mouth.
Oh, that was the Snow White girl.
Yes, yeah. And it closed, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know the T-Rex's mouth opened and closed. Like that is so cool. Like it's
Apparently, several of the dinosaurs do that because I saw another YouTube video of a different one.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, it wasn't a YouTube video. It was a TikTok, and they were playing Jurassic Park music.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I did see somebody who made Jurassic Park.
Really?
And yeah, it was good.
There's a lot of stuff. Let's be honest. There's a lot of really cool stuff being done in this game. Like, tell me about it. What did you like about it? What did they do? What were they able to accomplish with it?
Kind of like making the entrance almost with that stone archway and things, and they used I guess they probably found a custom pattern of dinosaur tracks that they put
Okay.
down on the ground,
Yeah.
and they had, the dinosaur stuff outside, and they did have some of the exhibits, and I think they used the race car bed, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't
There
remember,
is
but
a
I can't.
there is a Land Rover, which is like part of, I think it's part of the Celeste stuff.
Oh,
It's
the Lunar
the
Rover. Yeah,
Lunar
I
Rover.
have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Uh, but one of the most impressive ones I saw was Disneyland, actually, and
Really.
they made a Space Mountain. They made a Splash Mountain. They made a bunch of the different rides. They made Autopia, like all kinds of stuff. It
Interesting.
was really cool.
Yeah.
And like Space Mountain, you run up and down, but they terraformed it to where you're like going up and down and like
Get
going
out
around
of
and like
here.
running. Yeah, it was
Oh,
cool.
that's pretty
It was
awesome.
way cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The that's it's funny because I could have a whole conversation with you about Disney, but it's a different thing. Because yeah, we're not gonna go there. We'll just stop. We'll just leave it there. We'll go there. Because that's what made me laugh when I saw when I like saw the Mickey heads and stuff. I was like, this is dope.
So
This is dope.
there's a story behind that. So naturally, yes, I am a huge Disney fan,
Mm-hmm.
and we go to Disney World all the time and Disneyland and everything. But one of my friends made a pond that was the shape of Texas, which is where I live,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay. And so I started trying to do that, and then I was like, that's too hard. I can't do that. Let's do Mickey. And I'm like, of course, I would pick something round on a grid
Yeah, but you
system.
can do circles. You can actually do
Yeah.
circles.
So I started doing it and I was trying to get it right. And I had to call my husband over and I was like, okay, I need your help. Stand by the TV and tell me where I need to hit stuff. So he was pointing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay. And we were trying to make it even and we finally got it. But it was just, I was like,
That's
yes.
amazing. That's amazing. It would be so cool if, because we were talking about this on Nook Talk this week, where there's different companies bringing stuff in and importing it into the game and like offering QR codes and stuff. It would be so amazing if a company like Disney actually worked with Nintendo and was
Hmm.
like, listen, we want you to have custom pieces in the game. You know what I mean? Like, because a couple years ago, well, a lot of years ago now, on New Leaf, they worked with 7-Eleven. And they got like all this 7-Eleven furniture and stuff that was in, because 7-Eleven is huge in Japan. So they did all this 7-Eleven stuff, and all the furniture stuff was exclusive to Japan. And then we eventually got it through just trading and all that stuff here, because that's the cool thing about it. You can trade with people. But it'd be nice
Hmm.
to see them work with companies like that and go like, hey man, we want to do like whatever, like we want to have, what, you can have like a Donald Duck suit or something. You know what I mean? Like you could buy things and have costumes. Like that would be really awesome to get
It
stuff
would
like
be
that.
amazing. I mean, it's not like Disney isn't big in Japan because
Oh, yeah, it's
it,
big in Japan too. Yeah.
it might be bigger than it is in the United States, honestly. But Kingdom Hearts is done, so they're
Hmm.
done with Square Enix. So I don't see why they couldn't.
I don't see them partnering together. I
Yeah.
think a lot of the problem probably is with the Universal thing. That would stop a lot of anything happening. Sadly, because I did want them to go to Disney if they were going to pick a company, but I'm glad they're going to Universal because they're going to do, now that I'm seeing what Universal is doing, it's going to be pretty epic. So
Hmm.
are there things in this game? I mean, we know there's things in this game that are missing, but what are the things that you want to come back, that you're excited to come back, or you're hoping comes back?
Diving.
You want diving,
I do.
really?
It's just I want to be able to swim. I like swimming. I think it'd be
Well,
fun.
it was. See, diving to me it was cool, but became very tedious trying to find everything,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
jellyfish drove me crazy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely Brewster. And
mm-hmm.
I want that and I do want the hair salon to come back.
Yeah, Shampoodle. It would
Yeah,
be
I want Shampoo back.
Yeah, it would be nice if they brought Shampoodle back with new hairstyles and more hairstyles. Like that was always in the back of my mind, my hopes. Like I want Reese and Cyrus to come back, and I want them to go like, I want Cyrus to be like, hey man, you know how to customize. I'm going to show you how to really customize. And what I would like him to do is like show us how to customize further and allow like more changes to the stuff. And the same thing with Shampoodle. Like I like that I can just go to a mirror and change the way I look, but it'd be kind of cool to be like, hey, you know what? We're going to let you go do this stuff too. Because some of the coolest stuff that they did in City Folk was it was me masks, because that was when Me's first started. And with City Folk, you could actually go there and pay, I think it was like 3,000 bells, and you could pick a mask, one of your Me faces, whatever like Me character you had, and then you would run around town with these Me masks on. And it was so cool. Like, the coolest one was I had like a Snoop Dogg one. So I would run around the town looking like Snoop Dogg. It was like, I want more of that. Like, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, and but even you could still use the mirror with Shampoodle. Like, you unlock a hairstyle because you have Harriet like do it to you, and then it goes in your inventory of stuff that you can choose from.
And it's the same with Dr. Shrunk. Like, we're actually learning reactions now from, all these different characters. It was like, man, I liked going and seeing Dr. Shrunk and, like, learning the emotes and the reactions and stuff. Like, I want more of that, Kyle M is saying the coffee shop. The Roost, I think everybody wants the Roost back. I think one of the coolest.
And with the little game, like, where you have to go and like fill orders and.
That's what I was gonna say. I want to be able to work there. I want to be able to go in and work at the Roost and like try to get. I'm going to use a strategy guide. Let's be honest. I'm just gonna sit there and go like, oh, that's the coffee you like? Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I want kind of like being able to diner dash. it's
kind of cool. I mean, you're right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Pat is here in the chat. He says, we need more shops. We really only have 2. Kind of feels empty. And the crazy thing is a couple weeks ago when him and I were doing an episode of Nook Talk, I was just like, no, I don't want no, like, I feel like it's crowded already. But now that I'm sitting here, as I was going through my town today and I was looking through and I was like, it's so barren. Like, I would love another building or 2. Like, I'm down with that. Like, how many more buildings would you want, or what buildings would you want?
I can maybe only 2 more or so, because I'm thinking about Bubble Rock and the way it's set up, and I could see how I could expand it. But if you do too many, then you're running out of space to be able to have a natural-ish area if you want that in your town. Because I know, like, on my top right cliff is where I'm kind of growing all my hybrids. Yeah. And I love that my island still has some natural areas. It's not 100% developed, and it's 5-star. Yeah. Because you see some of the 5-star islands out there, and it's like every single inch of it is covered in something, and you don't have to do that to get 5 stars.
No, I'm 5-star, and I'm not even close to all that. Because it was crazy, because when I saw some of those islands in the beginning, I thought, holy cow, there is no way possible I'm going to be able to do this. Because it's taking forever, I feel anyway, to find stuff that I actually want to put out as decoration. Like, I don't want to just throw everything on the ground. But I'll admit, like, some of the people that have it really crammed, you go around and you look at their stuff, and it's like, wow, this is pretty awesome. Like, there's some really cool stuff here. Like, I went to Vlad's Town, and I had that up on Monday. And, like, the craziest thing to me was, as I went through Vlad's Town, it felt so packed with stuff, right? And he's a 5-star town. And then if we come around to one side, on the left side, there was a whole open area. And I'm like, dude, this guy isn't even done his island, and it looks this amazing. Like, I can't imagine how some people are doing the stuff they're doing. It blows me away.
Well, when I was thinking about it, and before you came to my island, it had gone through a couple of iterations. Mm-hmm. So the area where the baseball field is and the DIY area, that actually was where my fountain was and my park. Mm-hmm. And where the Mickey Pond is actually where my museum was originally. Okay. And I'm like, I don't like this here. It doesn't feel cohesive to me. There's something about it. And so I moved the museum And once I moved the museum, I was like, okay, now the first shop I ever had to move was Nook's Cranny because I had originally put it like behind the plaza, behind where the plaza ended up being, because I thought Nook's would replace that tent,
Mm-hmm.
and then it didn't, and it was like right behind it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and so yeah, so then so it went through a couple of
Yeah.
phases, but I could see like if we got maybe like the coffee shop, but maybe tied in with a restaurant, that would be kind of cool. So it was like kind of both, so you
Yeah.
have something to do there that could replace. As I have two villagers' houses down there in that little like town square block, like I could move their houses and I could put a
Yeah.
couple of shops there. I think it would be cool for Leaf to actually have, and maybe I don't know if there's a character that would fit well for this, but to have like a farmer's market essentially where it's Leaf selling plants, selling
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and then maybe Label has a little shop, and like maybe it pops up on Sundays or something, and it's
Yeah.
like this little like farmer's market.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool. I do like the visiting NPCs though, and not really knowing who you're gonna get
Yeah.
each day. That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't like that Celeste can show up and there's not a meteor shower.
Well,
That's sad.
typically if Celeste shows up the next day, I get my meteor showers. Usually. But the crazy thing is that if I'm not mistaken, the star bits are only out in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't go collect them in the morning, so it never fails. It'll be in the middle of the week, and I'm like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm not gonna be able to get these things. And the
Well,
one,
they show up in the morning, but I don't know if they stay there or not. I know that like for mine, I pick them up and then I'll go back later in the day, and then there's more.
mm-hmm.
If I wished on enough stars or whatever. But I've only had one announced meteor shower,
Yeah,
and the rest of the time it's just been kind of sporadic. And I see what Pat is saying
yeah.
there.
Which would you
More
rather have?
shops on your
So
island, or a city island. Here's my problem. I would consider a city island, but we all know how long loading screens take, and I don't know if I want to sit through a 10-minute loading screen to get to my city island.
you have a little bit of a point there. I personally, so for me, like I like the idea of a city island to some degree. My whole premise of building my island was very much like it was based off of New Leaf. All my stuff is up along the top, and it bothers me so much that I can't move my town hall. I would love to put my town hall up there
Oh,
too.
aha. Yes, please.
I hate the fact that that town hall is stuck where it is, because what really upsets me is when I look at some of the grand entrances that people have, like the minute you come off, and their town hall's back a little bit away from, like I feel like the minute I come in, it's right there, but it's also off to the right, so I can't do these grand welcoming centers, so to speak. And that bothers me so much because I would love to do something like really epic when you walk in my town, but I feel like it's just dead because you walk in, it's this big epic thing, and then there's just grass and stuff in front of you. It's like,
Well,
man, if I would have done this, if I'd have known what I know now, I would have coordinated a little better.
that's literally how mine is. I mean, you come off, and the plaza is like right there,
Yeah.
and there's nothing I can do
Well,
about that.
but I wouldn't mind like that, but back further. Like just
Yeah.
give it some space. You know what I mean? Like give it like 30 grids back. Like this way you don't walk out and it's right up on you, but it's still there. You can see it because then you can design all this stuff to be like,
You could
here we
design
go.
stuff around it that's
Yeah.
leading in. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
It would also be great if you could kind of customize the buildings to go with your theme. Like Able Sisters can look like Able Sisters, but let me change the roof or the
Yeah.
door or something,
Color.
because
Yeah.
clearly my island is blue, purple, galaxy
Yeah.
themed for everywhere,
Hmm.
but I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But I definitely would like to be able to move the plaza for sure.
I would love to move the plaza. And Pat is basically like Pat came back and he said I wouldn't mind a 20-second loading screen to go to 5 or 6 shops. I just don't know that there's 5 or 6 shops that they can add to this game. I mean, I'm sure they can. One thing that really upset me once I realized we were going to an island was OK Motors is kind of gone, and I love those characters. Those characters were brought in.
I like them.
They were introduced during Pocket Camp. I love those guys. Those guys make me laugh. They're really good. Now,
OK Motors.
Have you gone to Harv's Island at all?
So I finally did because I felt like that was a part of the game I should play because it was there, even though I was like, what is this hippie dog dude? Why? So I went. I had to go 3 times. I went the time when you unlock it. I went a second time going, okay, how does this work? I don't get it. I went a third time after watching a YouTube video to explain it to me because I didn't understand it. And I did. I took a family picture with all my villagers when I still had Rodney.
You don't need Rodney. You're fine.
No, but he was there at the time.
Oh, so you're okay.
I hit him like in the back.
Oh, you're messed up.
I don't like him. Okay, so anyway, so I did. But now I need to go back and take another family picture. Now that I've gotten rid of Rodney, I've gotten rid of Mott, and I've gotten rid of Becky, who she moved in on her own and replaced this other eagle, or she's a chicken. She replaced some eagle or whatever. Now they're gone. Yeah. So I'm starting to get, people I like. So. Well,
the funny thing was you were asking me the other day for a static amiibo card, which I have.
Yes.
I actually have it sitting right here. Just to. But and then he shows up in that town today in boxes.
I know.
And I tagged you in Discord, and you don't have no minutes at leaving.
I don't have an open spot.
That's horrible. That's the worst feeling in the world.
It's so bad.
And it's so fast. They fill that spot so fast compared to other games. Like other games, it'd be a couple days before the spot filled. This is like next day. Like if you don't find them, like that's why I went and did the island tour the other day looking for Raymond.
That was the best. Can I just tell you? Let me tell you. I was on my phone. So I had Twitch on my TV and I'm sitting on my couch and I'm on my phone either looking at TikTok or something. Mm-hmm. So I'm like listening and whatever. And then I just hear, ah! And I turned and I looked and I was like, oh my God, he got her! Yeah! I was so excited for you. I was like, yay.
It was amazing. It was fun.
I don't want Raymond, but I was excited for you.
Because maybe the thing was like, I in my head, I was like, look, Raymond is right now the hotness. Everybody wants Raymond. And when I looked at him, I was like, damn, I like this character as the glasses like I wear during streams and during podcast stuff. I was like, I like this guy. I need to go after him. I'm going to try to get him. And then next thing you know, I'm like 38 tickets in, and I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, this ain't happening, man. There ain't no way this is happening. And then I come, and it was the only character that the minute the boat landed and you stopped talking, he was right there in front. And I was just like, dude, I lost it. It was amazing.
It was great. Now, in that stream, you killed me, though, because you would run on and be like, nope, and run off. And I'm like, dude, items. DIY.
I know. I totally forgot. I totally forgot to, check the island for, I was just in a rush because I was like, this is going to take forever. If I'm looking for stuff, it's going to take even longer. And I was like, I knew, typically during the week, my streams are 2 hours because I got to work the next day. So I'm like, I know I have a 2-hour window that I can actually get in here and do this. And I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, I gotta move. But it was worth it. It was so cool. It was good to get them.
So other than Raymond, who are your dreamies?
So I have Bill, which is my favorite. Bill is my number one. So I have Bill. I have Raymond. I want Stitches, Marshall, Diana, and I would probably say Bo. And
I like Bo.
Yeah. And then, so those would probably be the ones that I would stick with if I get. I have Rocco now. I like Rocco. Rocco's pretty good. But what about you? What are yours?
So I have Sprinkle, who is my main dreamie. And obviously my name is Ice Cold Penguin. I love penguins. Just penguin everything. I love penguins. I know you don't like the penguins. That's okay. They don't like you either, so it's fine. They're all gonna live. They're gonna come live with me. It's totally fine.
That's fine. You can
I
have them.
also like some of the squirrels, but I would say I know we had a conversation about this, but Judy, because she has my birthday, also she looks like cotton candy and she has sparkly eyes. So Judy, I like Stitches just because he's a cute little bear. Static because he's purple and purple is my favorite color. And I have a lot of purple villagers, I think. I've got like Gwen and I had Becky. She was purple, so she's gone now. So I'm trying to think. But some of the ones I have so Daisy, Renee, Savannah, and Clay were all natural to my island. But Daisy I would probably keep. But I'd probably Savannah and Renee and Clay I could, kind of whatever. But I have Gwen from an amiibo card because I had to get rid of Rodney. And I have Sally because she was the only squirrel I could get that wasn't like $1 million.
Let's not get into that. You actually bought. Come on, man.
Okay, but I wanted these people to leave, and I didn't want to wait because I don't time travel.
Well, I don't time travel either, but still, it's gonna happen. You can just wait like a week or two. Normally somebody wants to leave in a week. You just gotta.
But I feel bad. None of mine ever want to leave. But I talk to everybody because I feel bad.
That's the problem.
If I talk to one of them and the other one is standing right there, like how do I not say hi?
It's very simple. You just turn and walk away.
But it's mean.
Sometimes
I don't want to be sad.
Sometimes meanness pays off. I'm just telling you. Like every now and again.
Okay, so let's take a vote for people that are actually online right now. Who do I ignore? Savannah, Renee, or Clay? So that
Clay's cool. Clay's the hamster, right?
He is cool.
Yeah,
He's funny.
You leave Clay in the mix. He's good.
He says thump, and I think it's funny.
Yeah, I keep Clay. Clay's awesome. Savannah's Is she
zebra.
A horse? She's a horse. Oh, she's a zebra, yeah.
She's a zebra.
Get rid of Savannah. Nobody needs Savannah. Let her go.
Okay.
Let her go. Just ignore her. Let her go, and then it's in. Listen, Sherb. I just never talked to Sherb. Like, occasionally I would, you know what I mean? But, like, it was nowhere near the other ones. He just walked up one day, and listen, facts. People were like, how could you let Sherb go? He's amazing. He's an alcoholic. He literally, every time I see him, he was walking around with a can of beer in his hand. He's either had a can of beer in his hand or he was sleeping under a tree. Every single time. Like, come on. The guy get drunk in the middle of the day, get a day buzz on, and go sleep it off under a tree. I can't have that on my island. We can't be having that.
So I have Poncho from an amiibo card because I got rid of Cody because I didn't think he was cute enough to be a little bear, and so I got Poncho to replace him. So one blue bear for a different blue bear, not named Blue Bear. And he's a jock, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I've seen people talk about him like he's really mean to their other villagers, but he's like so nice to everybody in my town.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But he could go too. I'd be okay with him leaving also.
Hans has to go too. Hans needs to go too. See, I tried to ship. This is so stupid. I can't believe I just said that word. I tried to ship Bill and what the heck's her name? The horse. Oh, I can't remember her name because I'm so mad at her right now. But I go in her house and her and Hans are hanging out. And I'm like, yo.
Cheater.
Exactly. I'm watching this thing unfold and I'm like, I feel awkward now. My boy, you're cheating on my boy. And I don't even know what's going on right now. It's so disheartening.
Okay, so I have Audie too.
Okay.
And she's cool, but I feel like, and I know a lot of people like her, but I feel like I could get somebody different. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about all the penguins, and I like Tex because, I'm from Texas, but, like, he wears a leather jacket. He looks weird. I don't know. I feel like the only other penguin I would really want is Aurora.
Yeah. I guess I get you on that. I don't know.
I want Peanut. I want Peanut and Static. Those are the two squirrels I want the mostest.
Marshall's a great squirrel. Marshall is amazing. See, see, here's my thing. My problem is I like the ones that have attitude and like get nasty with you a little bit. Like I like that. And I think that's why I love Raymond so much. Like I don't know if you saw the video that someone put into Discord. Someone shot a video of him. They were going to take a picture and he's at a microphone singing. And then this little hamster come walking up to sing along with him. And he got pissed and walked away. And I was like, that is so me. Like, that's what I would do. I'd be like, dude, I'm over here doing my thing, and you're just walking in like, see ya. I don't want to talk to you. Like, who are you, man? You little short hamster. So
well, I got lucky and I got Marina, so she's not going anywhere. Yeah. Marina is staying. She's cute.
And so you want Peanut.
I want Peanut and Static. Those were the two that I would like the most right now. I also really like Bo. I liked him a lot in Pocket Camp. He was always really nice to me, so I like Bo.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know I don't like any of the monkeys or the gorillas at all.
They're ugly looking, man.
I don't, and none of the frogs or the anteaters.
Yeah, I like the kangaroos. I do like the kangaroos. Who's the one that's black? The black kangaroo with red eyes. Matilda, I think her name is. Dude, dope. I love her.
Really?
Oh yeah, she got a little Joey in her pouch. I'm like, this.
Why
is
do the Joeys look the same as the adult? It's like a clone.
It's the mother and the child.
The boy kangaroos don't have those, do they?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
I've only seen. I think there's only a couple that have Joeys in the pouches, which I think that is amazing. Like I think that is so cool that there's like a little child just hanging out, man. It's like
okay. Mm-hmm. What would you think about having pets? Like if there was a pet store, would that be
that's
weird?
Creepy. That's creepy.
We already have hamsters. I'm tempted. I have a hamster in my inventory, and I'm tempted to give it to Clay just to see what happens.
I think they act weird when you do stuff like that. Like I think they get like offended. Like I need to try. Like I love. You know what? Shut up, Pat. I love the fact that like I love the fact that like when you do stuff with certain villagers, they'll like when I walked up to Bill and I gave him a jacket and he like immediately threw it on and got all hyped about it. I'm like, this is amazing. Like I like when that happens. So it's pretty cool. I loved one time one gave me like they'll give me stuff and like it's people I don't like and I was like, I don't want this stupid thing and I give it right back to him.
Give it right. Oh, I've never done that.
Oh, I give it right back to him. Like I literally go like, oh, here you go, and they get all kind of like happy that you gave them something. And they're just like, it seems familiar, and I'm like, yeah, you keep that stupid shirt you just gave me. I don't want it. So
I pass stuff around, like the stuff they give me that I don't want. I'll give to a villager that I don't necessarily like. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll just like pass it off and be like, here you go.
That's what you gotta
do. But I don't know. I was just kind of wondering,
I just lost you. Go ahead, try it again. You there?
Oh, wait, am I here?
Yeah, here you go. Okay. Your voice just, yes. You just blanked out as you were talking.
Okay.
Say it again.
I've seen people give frogs to the frog villagers.
Listen, I don't want a duck. I got one duck. His name's Bill. That's all I need. Although I should give him one of the wood carving ducks that I have, and see what he says, like the decoy ducks. Mm-hmm. I should give him one of them and see what he does. Everything I give
Bill
him.
The one you gave that wasp head to, or the bug head?
Yeah, he just kind of put it away. Yeah, he's just like whatever, dude.
My shop had nothing that day when you came to visit, and I was like, oh, I want to give him something, and it had nothing. And I realized afterwards that I don't remember what it was, but there was something in the shop that you probably would have liked, but I was like, this is cool, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
It's pretty cool. JoJo, I do like Joey. I think Joey's pretty cool. I think Joey's a good little. I actually have a card of Joey over
is
here.
Joey a kangaroo?
No, Joey is a duck. Joey's right here. Joey's a duck.
Aw.
He's a cute looking duck. Man, look at him. He's a cute looking duck. Like, stop the man.
What is with the duck that looks like he has a jockstrap on his head?
Oh, that's. Oh yeah, he's weird, dude. But he's cool too. Listen, the Ducks are the best, honestly. The Ducks, in my opinion, the Ducks are the best. So, Teresa, thank you for coming on.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
We've hit our final stride here, but real quickly before we go, let everybody know one more time, like where they can find you, where they can hear you, where they can do whatever. Where you at? Where you hanging out?
So I'll just a couple of the podcasts that I do, just in case anybody is interested. I do a podcast called Fangirls Going Rogue, which is an all Star Wars podcast, and it's really fun. It's once a month. We have a lot of really cool interviews on there and things like that. We have some things coming up from the Clone Wars, if you watch that on Disney Plus. And stuff like that. And then the other one I do that's a bigger one if you're into Star Wars books, I actually do a Star Wars books podcast called Star Wars Bookworms, and we do books and comics coverage for Star Wars as well. So those are kind of the two big ones. Well, I have one other one I can say that because a lot of people that are here, because we might do Animal Crossing just for me to talk about it. It's called Sabers and Spells. So it's an all geek, anything we like sort of podcast. So that's a good one. And you can find me literally on pretty much every social media. It's Ice Cold Penguin. It's the same. I've kept it consistent.
It's good.
I
wish I could do that. So here's the thing. This is normally where I peace out Preston, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to have a quick little chat with people so they understand what's going on. Today is the final episode of Breaking Bells. It has been a fantastic journey. This show started out as a show that I was originally supposed to do with my ex-wife, and it evolved into a guest-driven show, and then there was no Animal Crossing when this show was created, when it was going to start, and like it was on and off and on and off, and then back in January, I decided, let's try this again. Let's give this a shot. Let's push it, and, let's see what we have to do here. And it took off. And shout out to Josh Thomas of the Bit Block. He came on. Him and Chewy Plays Nintendo. They came on back to back and totally skyrocketed the show way up and got people hyped to be a part of it and to be on it. And essentially what is happening is I am going to focus more time and energy on Nook Talk. That, to me, is where I need to be. That's where my head needs to be. It is extremely difficult to put out 2 podcasts a week focused directly on Animal Crossing, plus all the videos I do 5 to 7 days a week. I feel like I put out a lot of content. I feel like I'm putting out just as much content as people that do this full time. And I don't do it full time. I work a full 9-to-5 job, and then I podcast and I do all this stuff in my downtime. And a couple weeks ago, one of my best friends, his channel absolutely erupted. Pat, which I'm so happy for and I'm so happy about. And him and I had about a 2-hour conversation a couple days after that explosion happened. And we just got together and we were like, listen, this is what we need to do. We need to create this new show. And we do it live every Wednesday over on youtube.com/NintenTalk. If you don't know about it, go check it out. And it's 2 hours. It's available on all formats that you can listen to this on. But I want to do this. I want to thank everybody, because never in my wildest dreams did I expect to ever have a podcast that was number 1, number 2. And I was consistently number 2 all the time with Breaking Bells. This week, Teresa actually showed me that on her service, I was number 1. And that means the world to me, that we were able to accomplish that. And that is like no other. But I promise you this, Mr. Chewy Plays Nintendo, Haken, we are coming for you. Nook Talk will be number 1. I promise the world that is going to happen, because I believe it without a shadow of a doubt. That show is fantastic. If you have not caught it yet, go check it out. Seriously, like, man, this show, if you like this show, that show is like this, but with the volume turned way up. And that's what I love about that show. That show's better because I just get to roll in and just be myself and just not have to worry about having a list of questions and accommodating a guest and asking all that stuff. So it's a little. This show is a little bit more nerve-wracking for me as opposed to that one. That one's just more carefree and fun. And if it flops, that's on Pat. That's not on me. So it's good either way. It's a win-win for me. But ultimately, like I need to thank the community because the community made this thing what it is. And never say never. I might pop something out. We are working on some stuff. But the idea is this, and I figured let people know what's going on. We're going to do a couple things here. I am going to take approximately a 3 to 4 week break from podcasting on Friday nights. Just chill out and back it down. We're going to focus on A Cup of Joe and Nintendo that I do on Sunday mornings with Sean, and Nook Talk that I do with Pat. And then probably in about 3 to 4 weeks, Nintendo Talk Live will come back. It'll be a live show with a guest. For those that remember, that was a fantastic show that I did. We had some big guests on that show, and that's what this is going to turn into. The Friday night's going to turn into that again, I believe. And that's a great show. Like, I think that is one of my favorite shows that I had ever done, because I had some seriously big name guests on that show. And it was the best. It was so fun to actually meet people and do that stuff. So that is the game plan at this point. But Animal Crossing community, I love you guys. I am not going anywhere. Again, if you're listening now and you're upset that this show is going away, just go over and subscribe to Nook Talk. You won't regret it, and I think you'll enjoy it. So
yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. I like it a lot.
I love it. I think it's a great show. So with that, that is all. Peace out, Preston.